89.9 KMOJ, the People Station. So you were just listening to Bruno Mars, 24K Magic. Before that, Chris Brown, Say Goodbye, and Rihanna, Love on the Brain. So, of course, the Flow Northside Arts Crawl is happening, and we have a few other special guests in the building to talk about some other things that's happening during the Flow Northside Arts Crawl. Can you guys let the listening audience know who you are?
Word up, Northside Fresh, baby. This is Marcus Carr from Youth Farm. I am here representing Flow, the big dinner party. And I'm with my homeboy right now. I'm going to tell him who you are, baby.
I'm Farrington Llewellyn, Northsider, organizer, storyteller.
So tomorrow's the big dinner party. Can you tell us about that, Marcus?
Yeah, this is going to be a summer-long event. So we've been challenged by the city of Minneapolis. Thanks to them, we have this opportunity. They were looking for a proposal for a public safety strategy. And me, I grow things. That's what I do, and I try to focus on babies and teaching them the life circle of a seed, preparing food and stuff in the public school system here in North Minneapolis.
So Leia, how long have you been gardening for?
I just started this summer.
How do you like it?
I think it's pretty fun. It's kind of hot. Well, it usually is when you work in a garden, but yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I'm nice. I'm learning things.
Yeah. I'm Katie. I am going to be a junior studying agricultural education at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities on the St. Paul campus. I've been gardening basically my whole life at my mom's garden, and this summer it's the first time I've gone anywhere outside of that, and it's cool. It's interesting, and it's for a good cause. We're helping offset that food desert status that is this location.
What's the first rule of garden? Respect for self. What is the second rule of the garden? Respect others? Nice. What does that look like? What does it look like for you to respect other people? You don't know? I do believe that, a lot of people, when they hear North Minneapolis, all they hear is like, gunshots and violence, criminals and all this stuff. They don't really realize they're geniuses, families, babies, educators, revolutionaries. There are people actually changing the grand scheme of things just based on their everyday hustle, trying to enhance their quality of life. So they're creating ways to actually sustain, our quality of life based on nothing. The nothing that they have is where the power is at.
To the question of how I got started gardening, I guess it's in me since a little boy. My parents are originally from the rural South, and so my earliest remembrance is that being out in the garden with my grandmother at a very early age. My parents continued to grow food in our backyard after we left Alabama and moved to Los Angeles. Once I got of age and got married, my wife and I, we continued to grow produce in our backyard. Because I've been growing so long, I didn't know it was called urban agriculture. I was just growing food. I wanted to eat. And I knew to get the best quality food, I had to grow it myself or talk to somebody who was growing it.
If you talk to any registered dietitian, he or she will probably tell you to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, seafood for the omega-3 fatty acids, and to stay away from beverages that have too many calories. And that sounds like pretty common sense stuff that you've probably heard before a million times. And the conventional nutrition wisdom hasn't really changed that much over the years. I think people like to think that every time a new scientific study comes out, one day eggs are good, the next day eggs are bad. But the truth is, things that really haven't changed that much over the last 50 years. The basic principles of a healthy diet are the same. And I think that makes it a lot more accessible for people. So that's the good news, just increasing fruits and vegetables can go a long way toward making people healthier.
does that. It invigorates us, get us going, activate our brain cells, keeps us healthy, you know, gives us a proper nutrient. I think it's great. I don't know. People don't understand that black people like salads.
And you were saying, I'm sorry, Marcus, I want to make sure I understand. So you're saying you want people to sit here to eat?
If they want to take
Or
the
just
load
have
off,
open seating?
Yeah, open seating.
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't have to be there. I didn't realize how big the space was.
It's huge.
It's gigantic. If you look at the salad bar, you see where we got 4 tables.
Mm-hmm.
The front table is the salad bar. The back one, that one.
Washing station?
Yeah, washing station.
Prep?
Yeah, prep. And then like pretty much we're just gonna have coolers with like produce and stuff, fruits and stuff in there.
So, to replenish?
Yeah.
So do we need to be in the space tonight? Do we need to
I
prep
want
anything?
to. I didn't
We
plan
can.
on it. Yeah.
At the last meeting, that's why I was telling you that committee cooks is Thursday night. I already have the kitchen and the space booked, so we can come in and prep and do some stuff tonight. Cool.
The village concept is, something I live for. So partnering up with most of the organizations that are working here in Northside was like my aim. Collaborating with people here on the North Side, it's like everyone is so busy all the time. It's like, people that were there to make this stuff work was like excellent. Partnering up with the West Broadway Business and Area Coalition and Tasha Powell, who's the co-founder of Appetite for Change, basically because I wanted to share resources in executing feeding the community. I don't think this is something that one person can do on their own. I really do think the coalition of the willing is my focus, and if I can get them outside together, we could do some good this summer. Smell that? That's what we call creative healing right there. Spiritual energy, baby, come through. Got some of that?